Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's well and you can hear me okay. After last week's episode with the computer shutting down, I still have a few gremlins in the system. I don't know what's going on. It might be a wee power spike with the weather and stuff. Today it's very cold and wet. So as usual, I have the gruesome twosome. I bring them in.
I don't think that's a fair description of us at all, Doug. I really don't.
Uh,
No, no, not fair at
there,
all.
there we are. The gruesome
Probably
twosomes
accurate, but
But yeah, accurate is yes.
by popular demand. You know. So
Ah,
I
dear, oh
put
dear.
them in the background, and they can tell me who all that is in
That's
when
a good.
I
That's a good plan. Get us off
and
the screen again, quick.
I'm going
in
to
the
explain
background,
what
that's a great
we're going
thing. Yes.
what I'm going to do today. Right, today is well, it's getting near Christmas and stuff, and these three things I make for family and friends, and I said sell the odd one, and it's a wee Christmas scene, and we're going to be it on a piece of yew. And we'll just bring the overhead camera if it comes. Yes, there it is. So we'll have a piece of yew, and it's roughly about 7 inches at the longest part, and it's not very thick. It's about an inch thick. So I initially have glued a glue block onto it to get me a flat end on this end. So that's what we're going to do first, and then we're going to do the other part. There's not much to turn to do at this wee piece other than flatten the bottom, uh, flatten this bottom. It's not too bad. I checked it from corner to corner. There's a wee bit of a belly in it here, so I want to tidy that up. Uh, More or less the sand that can be done afterwards off the lathe. I'm not looking for a perfect finish in this on the bottom
Hmm.
because I'll have to sand it and put wee rubber feet on it to sit on the table. And so we'll continue on with this. We're going to just flatten this out so it's straight and there's no rocking in it, so it sits flat on the table. Even though I'm going to put the wee feet on it, but it looks better with the wee feet, and then it's not going to damage anybody's table if you put them on it. So this is just a slice of a yew. Uh, I cut up myself. I had a big piece, and I just cut it into a couple of blanks, and I've made them that way. So rather than turn wee bowls out of them, I decided I've made these in the past, and they're okay. They go well, and people like them.
Hmm.
So the guys will tell me who's in, and I'll just get on with it. And
Go
hopefully
on.
this camera
Excellent.
is
Excellent.
working, and let's
It
try
is.
again.
Yay! There you go. It's working.
One of them working.
One's working.
Oh, that's
Yo,
what. It is.
There we
Oh,
go.
there
Now we
you
got
go.
two.
so I got the two in. Okay, so that one's going to show you what we're doing, and you got an overhead view as well. So
Excellent.
okay, we'll just get ourselves all buttoned up here,
All
and I'm
right.
just going to use the spindle gouge here, just to put across the front of this. Take very little off this. The belly's in the middle of this. So guys, if you want to tell me who's in, and I'll just proceed
We
with
will
my.
whenever you stop talking.
Okay, all right. Just be
Ah,
careful when you use a glue block for anything. Sometimes if your glue's not hot enough, it doesn't adhere to the piece. And I've seen me trying to take a piece off after it's been glued, and it's actually pulled the timber off the piece it's glued to. So it
Hmm.
does good a good grip if you do it right. And if you don't do it
Yes.
right, it'll hit you up a face.
all
It's a,
right.
it's a good gun you need. Good hot glue gun you need. It's the
Yeah.
Yes,
not
yes.
one of
Good and
those
hot.
little ones that that you use for the likes of cards and stuff like that. That's not what's needed. Something that gets the glue really hot. That's what you want.
Right.
Mark's in.
All right.
So
How
we've
about
got. Go ahead,
you want to
Go
read it or
ahead,
you
Doug.
want me to read it?
No, no, you go ahead, Doug. I'm
Okay,
happy for
I'll be
you.
glad to. Be glad to. We got Alex the Wood Butcher was in on my list. He was first, other than Paul. Let's see. Copper is in. Clint at
Rob.
Wood Dancers. Glad to see you. Chris Dodds. Good day. Andy the Valley Wood Turner is in. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is in. Let's see. Mike Evans. Hello, Mike. Robert Boltwood. Brian Best. It just jumped on me. Where were we?
Brian West.
Brian Best or
He,
Brian West?
he said he's on time today.
There it is. Paul Best. There we are. Let's see. We come on down. Jennifer. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Glad to see you.
Brian Best.
Mark. Well, it did it again. Mark. Gentleman Woodturner. Hello, Mark.
Well, Mark, how's your finger?
Well, I want to know what you did to your finger. I never did
Well,
see that.
Slipped a chisel into it.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Stitch is fun. Apparently.
That's not good.
Matt Ebenson, glad to see you. Roger Kent, Marcel, and I'm at the bottom of the list.
Hi, Marcel. How you doing?
Very good.
Yep,
Welcome
we've got
along, everybody.
Currently got 23 people watching, Paul.
Thank you. for
Think of
coming
all
and
those
joining
people
us.
who are missing out on this.
Yes. So
That's
there's
nice.
still a wee bit of a
Absolutely.
rock there. Just want to take the rest of it away.
Mark says no more blue plaster.
Good man.
Till I read that when I just saw the picture, I thought maybe you wrapped some blue masking
Insulate.
tape around it.
Masking tape. Super glue and masking tape.
Mm-hmm.
That'll fix
Yeah,
it.
little
Just going
CA.
corner to corner, making sure it's nice and flat, and it is. So I'm not worried about bringing it all down because it is quite flat. You can see here. So I'll sand that later on off the lathe to bring that up because I'm not worried about that part. It's the front we want to do, and we have another piece. Oh, that was good for the chisel, Paul. Dropped it on the concrete.
That'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark
Right.
says his ball gauge slipped out of the tool roll, sliced his finger to the bone. 4 stitches happened
Oh.
about 30 nanoseconds after arriving at the show.
Oh, mercy.
So you
So-
see, he's had his finger in stitches for the weekend.
That's
Told me.
a joy. That's a joy.
Not an absolute joy, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I used a chisel to take that off. And guys, see all your wee waste blocks? Keep them because they
Yep.
come in handy for gluing, doing stuff like this here. Okay.
Yes, they do.
And now we need the glue one on this side. Okay.
Thanks, Jennifer.
I'll just get the glue gun because we'll have to turn it off center. Paul, what are you doing?
Wurzel said, Alex says, Wurzel the wood butcher, he says, well, I made sure I got in early. I was getting withdrawal symptoms. That's bad. And thank you, Jennifer.
You can see that's nice and hot. And one thing I'll give you a bit of advice: do not
I don't-
touch it with your fingers.
You don't put your fingers on it. That's never a good
Yeah.
idea.
It
It burns. and it's
burns.
Really
Yeah.
hot.
And it sticks too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get rid of it. It's there.
Right, we'll just put that out of the way.
It's as bad as
So-
hot sugar.
Yep.
You might ask yourself, why am I putting it off center? Right, I'm going to show you a few things.
No,
about-
don't show us. Tell us. Keep it a secret.
Okay, guys. We're going to put a tea light holder in this.
No.
Okay.
I don't do what I did the first time I tried this.
And I wanted.
Didn't
On
give
the
myself
corner.
enough room.
You can see I have left this part because it's going to part
On-
of
on it.
the look, you know.
Mhm.
I'll clean that up with a sanding disc and give it a light sand, but I want to leave the bark a natural edge on it, be sticky up bits and all and stuff. So tea
Is
lights,
that a technical term, Paul? The wee sticky up bit?
yes, we sticky up bits where the bark was. Tea light holders in general, candles and holders and stuff. You must put an insert into the piece if you're selling them,
Mm-hmm.
in case they would go burn, the candle would burn down and get hot and burn into the wood and start a fire. It's very unlikely, but it's better to be safe than sorry. There's a different sizes of tea light holders on the market. There's this one which I bought in the local Tesco store, and these wee ones I got in the woodshed. They're about £1 a piece,
Mhm.
you know, and then the wee gold coloured inserts for the wee small ones, and the wee tail lights just fit into those. Okay, even though they are in a wee silver holder, you might say to yourself, well, it's not going to burn if it goes down there, but it's going to get hot, and you never know when something's going to, if it's left alone for a long time, what it'll do, So you want to be safe. So that's more of that safety bit out of the way. So we want to turn a hole for our tea light
Mm.
to sit in.
Alex is commenting on your bravery. He says you're braver than me, Paul, trusting that to a glue lock. Yeah, it should be fine.
I've done the R one locally back. So that's
Should be
just
fine.
roughly. I'll measure the actual size of this. And
Yeah, the important thing
Yeah.
here is to stay out the firing line and make sure you got a face shield on
yeah,
Yes.
when you're
And
turning
it
something
really
like that.
is. It really is
Mhm.
so
amazing how much those
make sure your
that hot
speed
glue will
controller's
hold.
turned down to minimum.
That is slow right enough.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
So
there, big lad.
Yeah, it's about as off balance as you can get it.
I just want to see where that is. I don't want us too close to the edge there, so I'll move it back a wee bit. I have a
It's not bad.
problem.
It's not bad there, Paul. I thought, is it right on the edge? No.
It's not right on the edge, but
Ah, looks all right, I think.
if I,
The only
if
way
I
to
go
get to
there,
somewhere, the only way to get somewhere different now is to move the glue block.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was just thinking that. I'll just put a wee light cut into it with the parting tool and see. So and see where it.
I'm thinking about Mark's accident with his gouge. That hurts thinking about it.
It does, aye.
Uh,
Good sharp gouge, mind you.
yeah, yeah. Should have waited and sharpened them there.
And Marcel says, just make sure you keep your speed below 3,000 RPM. You'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think that'll work okay, guys. So we'll play on with that.
Todd talking about having a remote start switch for his
Yeah.
lathe. That's a great thing if you got it.
This is a
I
big
don't have
bonus.
that.
Oh, it's a big bonus.
Yeah, I think I have the capability of getting one, and I may do it. I may check on it and see because I've had a couple times where I had to reach around and wish I didn't
Yeah.
have to do that. It just worried me.
Just using the beating and parting tool to take this timber out.
This is the very place you do not want to catch.
No, you don't. No.
So gentle light cuts is the name of the game.
So we'll just stop that and have a wee check with our insert. Just make sure we're on the right. Yeah, that's right. And you want to leave a wee bit of room around the outside.
A bit of wiggle room so it doesn't
Yes.
expand or
Mhm.
contract.
Because it'll break the wee insert,
Mm-hmm.
So we've a wee bit of depth to go yet. So we'll just push this in.
Malcolm Douglas has joined us. Hello, Malcolm.
Ah,
Hi,
Malcolm. Welcome along.
Every time somebody says something about wiggle, I think of the Australian children's show, The Wiggles. one of the shows my son would be enthralled with when he was
All right.
very young. They were as silly could be, but the kids loved them. So
I don't think that travelled over here. I don't recall it anyway. What's this? Mark spoiled me at the weekend. She says, "Oh, Jennifer's been getting presents again. She got spoiled at the weekend. She bought a face mask which is suitable for VOC and Dremel, 8260. Oh, lovely.
Very nice. Very nice.
What happened to that message? Oh, there. Yeah, Alex said getting the remote for the remote start was on the most important criteria for his new lathe. Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do for the depth.
That was one of my considerations too, Alex, I have to say.
Yeah, that leaves us about 1/4 inch on the bottom. So that's plenty of depth on that. You know,
Yeah,
Paul, I'm kicking myself here. I took that glue block off and I need it still. At the other side. Right, so that's that. We'll just give that a quick wee sand and inside there, and we can get it turned around and do a wee bit of cleaning up on the front of that. So there's not an awful lot of turning in this part of it. The rest is all the turning by making the trees and the wee snowman and stuff like that. So that'll give you a hint of where we're going with this.
Jennifer got to meet Richard Phelan at the show as well.
Yeah.
Good job, Jennifer. Richard's a nice fellow.
Had to laugh at Wayne last night. He was on Terry's saying that Mark Phelan was standing there and Wayne didn't notice him or didn't recognize him.
Yep.
I'd be like that. You know, if I came over there, you guys would be introduced me. You would have to introduce me to folks because I've not seen faces.
That's true. Yeah.
I know an awful lot of names, but I don't know faces for a lot of these folks.
Yeah, I'm
Steve
the same.
Yeah,
I'm the same.
Leona.
I've met Steve and Leona last year. I think it was last year I had to get him in. Bumped into them.
I think I would know Steve if I saw him. I would have no idea if I saw Leona. I've never seen her.
So I want to put a wee sort of a small cut around the inside of this, and then we'll take that off and recenter it.
Then again, people look different on camera than they do in person a lot of times. So.
They do.
It'd be like me to have JP walk right up in front of me and I'd not recognize him.
No, I think you would.
That big fuzzy beard, I think I would, but
JP's a whole different ballgame. If you didn't recognize him to see, you would soon know him. He would soon let you know who he is.
Yeah.
He's not better.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I'd know him.
Just more or less to give that a wee feature on the outside. To sit around that, so we'll give a wee bit of sanding. Just be careful with your fingers because there's a lot of air between the piece.
There is.
You don't try to grab the piece to slow it down, do you?
No.
Chris Dodds is saying, Brian, have you heard of the big red car? No, I have not. That must be another Aussie program. Hasn't got this far.
The big red car, fruit salad. I can't even think of the stuff that one of their songs they sang on almost every episode was fruit salad.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Definitely not heard of that. I think the only programs we get across here from Australia is like the neighbours and stuff.
Right, that fits quite good. So we'll take that off. We're finished with that, so we'll take that glue block off.
That's how good the glue block is.
I'm telling you,
It takes a
there's
bit of
nothing
force to
wrong
get
with
them
them.
off. No, not a
Look,
thing, no.
that's pulling timber off. It
Paul,
actually
have you ever
breaks the wood before it'll give
have,
the timber the glue up.
have you ever tried putting some alcohol on the joint?
No, can't say
Yeah,
I have.
the alcohol will cause that hot glue to release.
Oh, well, yeah.
So if you're ever worried about tearing the timber off, you use a little alcohol and it takes a little while, but it'll release.
Mm-hmm. You can just give it a little spray of methylated spirits and leave it for half an hour. It'll be fine. It'll
Yeah.
just kind of just fall off.
Right.
It's amazing, yeah.
We just want to clean the face of this or glue block up.
Another thing about using a glue block is make sure your timber is dry.
Yeah.
Don't try it in wet wood, guys. It won't work.
It's a bit low.
Chris Dodd says, Doug, now that Brian has a beard, you would not know him.
Yeah, it might not
I
last
bet I
much
would.
longer. I have to say, it might not last.
Oh, not agreeing with it, huh?
Oh, it's annoying.
And the
11
other thing,
degrees
you
in.
want to make it sure that your glue block is flat. It's
Mhm.
all right if it has a wee hollow. That's
Yep.
okay.
Flat.
So
Certainly not convex, concave or flat.
we're going to glue that back onto there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the beard at all, guys.
You've been growing that for what, a week now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
It's as itchy as bedamned.
Yeah, when you're not used to it,
Mm.
it just seems like a good idea at the time, but
I'm not so sure Michelle likes it all that much either.
You know, my wife didn't like mine when I first started it, but mine never was itchy. I was fortunate with that, I guess.
Well, this is horrendous. It's okay if you don't touch it.
I had to plug the glue gun in again, and there it'll cool down a wee bit. So I'm going over here to glue it. Just excuse me while I do that.
Chris is on. Chris is back on the songs again. He's on hot potato now.
Yes. Yes,
You
that
spent
was
too much
another one.
time. Yeah, you watching too much time watching
The
children's
Wiggles.
TV.
Oh goodness.
It's all good.
Yeah, my son was a little upset when they quit showing the Wiggles here. It was not good.
The Wiggles.
Yeah. Oh, we had some ridiculously silly kids programs too in this country.
Well, yeah, children's programming typically is. Did y'all get Sesame Street over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the ones that did travel, yeah.
Yeah. Then of course you got the Muppets out of that.
Mm-hmm. We did indeed.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did
Oh, Richard Fillons. Richard Fillons still waiting on the
Hey,
boat
Richard?
at Holyhead. Oh, that's
Right.
what you get for spending an extra night over there. That you might not get across today with the wind.
So we'll just tidy the front face of this up, and we'll give it a sand, and then we'll continue on with the next part. What are I looking for, Paul? Oh, spindle gauge.
So, which hot glue gun do you use, Paul?
It's a Stanley one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Let's have a look at it just to let people
just-
see, just in case they're thinking about buying one. It's always
There's
good to
there.
let people
That's a
see what actually
Stanley.
works.
Stanley.
Oh, brand new, huh?
That's brand new, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardly been used.
That's the
Yeah.
second one. The other one
Yes.
gave up after about 5 years. But they get good and hot, and you get those long sticks. They're quite
Mhm.
good, you know. And you can
Yep.
detach it. You know, you don't
I've
have
seen
to.
that.
Once you heat it up, if you're doing
Yeah.
something that delayed, you can bring it over without bringing the lead over. And if you're going to use it again, just plug it in again. But
Mhm.
Mine
most of
is
the other
bar.
ones come with a lead included
Mm.
into the piece,
They do.
Right.
right? I just want to see what the face of this is like. I never checked this.
Richard says they're sailing half an hour early. Are they going to try and beat the wind, or?
Oh,
I hope you have a decent crossing, Richard, because the wind here is horrendous this morning.
Yes.
Absolutely horrendous.
Todd brings up an old children's show from my childhood, Romper Room.
Oh God!
Absolutely.
I
We
we
had
had
Romper
that
Room,
heat.
right? Yeah,
You
we
do?
did that. We did. Yeah.
Being a good doobie and a clean plater, and absolutely. That was part of my downfall. Became a clean plate club kid. I couldn't stand for any food to be left on my plate, so I would eat it. Didn't matter how full I was. Still do. Copper Al is in. Hello, Copper.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob's in from and Rob's been in from the beginning, I think. In fact,
Did I
your
miss
Rob
him?
was in. No, you did say him earlier, I think.
Okay. All right. I just don't
He just-
remember.
He's just appeared back in the chat again, but
That's probably what it is.
I
So
think
many
that needs
others I
sharpened.
haven't.
When I dropped it that time, I think it blended the end of it.
Andy has bought the or Lucy has bought the mast from James, Emma's brother, which is the one with the battery
Mhm.
pack on your belt at the back, and then the thing comes up over and connects into the back of the helmet.
Right.
It's a really good system.
She
little bit
she
expensive.
loves it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, when she started using that, she said that.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to be watching that particular live that she did, and she talked about that it was expensive, but it was awfully good. So
Yep. And she wears it all the time,
yes.
which is a good thing. Particularly if you're doing a lot of turning. I mean, Emma's turning every day, obviously.
Right. Has she given up running a truck?
I don't think she has time to run the truck now. I think she's.
It may be.
I think she
Maybe.
would do it if the company she worked for were stuck. I think, but I don't think she does much trucking at all now.
Okay.
I haven't heard of her doing anything recently.
I haven't heard her say.
A wee bit.
Just saw where Paul Finley's on doing a live right now.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good then. We'll be able to watch that then.
Yeah. Have to watch it back, I guess.
YouTube's very quick with their notifications sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah, this one came in like a minute after we started, I think.
Mm.
That's okay.
Oh, as they say, better late than never.
Oh, a wee bit a bump in the middle. I noticed a crack in that.
Oh, catch!
And it just
Oops.
it just went off. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
That's why you don't stand in front of it.
Indeed.
Oh, I found it. No harm
Didn't
done.
look like it
No,
came
absolutely.
off violently. It's
No, it
No.
just
popped off.
popped up and
I
fell
was
down.
worried about that glue holding because it wasn't warm enough.
Mm.
So I'll just clean that up and re-glue it again. You'll notice I only glued the outline on the outside. I didn't glue
All right.
the
Okay.
whole thing. Okay. So we'll take that off and glue that again. There's no harm done. Just the glue gun wasn't hot enough when I glued that on.
Todd says that he bought a Trend Airshield Pro earlier this year in the year, and finally charged it up this weekend. It was too hot to turn on it earlier.
Right.
Good man.
Yeah, too hot, but how much is your nose worth?
Well, I think it was too hot to turn. He said, didn't he say turn without it, but
Yeah.
or turn with it. But those little shields, the one I've got, the Axminster one, which is almost the same as the Trend thing.
Mhm.
When it blows the air in, it actually cools your head,
Right.
even if it is hot outside. It kind of just the movement of air. I think it's like standing in front of a fan, basically.
Yeah, I noticed here lately that my Uvex face shield, I get pretty hot behind it. Just
Mm.
raise the shield up for a moment, cool off, and go right back at it. That's pretty well gotten to be a habit now, and I'm glad of it.
Mhm.
Love to have that shield on.
Well, my nose might not
That
be too my nose might not be too pretty, but it's, I like it where it is.
yeah.
Alex says he has both the Trend and the Rutland's remote type. I looked at that Rutland's remote one. I might actually think about buying that one. But as I've already have one with the battery pack on the back of the thing, and it doesn't really affect me at all. The only
Right.
thing it has is a little narrower field of view, I think. The face shield is not doesn't come
Just
far
give it a
enough round,
second.
I think.
Gordon.
Let it cool down a bit.
Hey, so
Good.
the plan is we'll get this faced off and sand it.
Mm-hmm.
I want the natural edge on this, so I'll just clean that up with sandpaper a wee bit. I want to leave all the gnarly bits.
I sometimes just give that if it's got gnarly bits on it or something, you just give it a rub with a soft wire brush.
There's some dirt on it there where it was being
Well,
laying.
the soft wire brush will take it off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, that seems to be hard. So we'll get this. Hopefully,
Where
it'll stay
was
on there.
where was the crack you mentioned, Paul?
I'll just show you.
Hmm.
There's it there.
Oh, it's fair length of a crack then.
And it runs to there.
How far
there's
into it? No
There's
depth?
no sign of it on your side.
All right.
I think it's just appearing about halfway there. It should
Right,
hold
okay.
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 You know. Well, we'll hope it holds.
Yeah. Sometimes on a piece like that, if you wanted to, you could just run a bit of thin CA glue down into that crack before you actually finish facing it off.
Mhm.
You'd have to be thin CA because the medium stuff won't get down far
I
enough
haven't
into it.
got anything thin.
Have you not? Okay.
Right. Let's see where we are. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's dead on. That's flat across there.
Yeah, Alex says he
Flat.
uses the Rutland's face shield and extraction system when he's doing a lot of sanding, but he generally turns in the Trend.
Sit. Right, where's the drill? I'll do a bit of power sanding at this wee bit of timber, and that's a be. Get this tidied up. Right.
Jennifer said she would have had a Rutland, but Mark couldn't get a response from the folks, and so they opted for the Sunstrom.
Yep. Well, if they were there at the show and James had them with him, he'd be as well buying them.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. If I can't get a company to respond to me, I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. We have trouble with that, and particularly in Northern Ireland, there's lots of companies out there selling stuff, but none of them have decent websites. And Northern Ireland is really backward about companies having good, effective websites.
Yeah.
So you can't, if you want to buy something online, 9 times out of 10 you'll be buying it from the UK or even in Ireland, because Northern Ireland companies can't get their act together and have decent websites. Which is a shame.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Which is a shame.
You think a business if they want to sell something, they'd spend a couple dollars and get a decent website,
Mm-hmm.
keep it updated. I'm amazed how many companies here have a whole department. That's all they do is keep the website up to date.
Oh, yeah.
And
Social media
running
department,
well.
they call them now, yeah.
Social media.
Haley has
or-
joined us,
Hey, Haley.
and Matt Ibbison as well has joined us.
Hi, Matt. You should be working, Matt.
I
You
said
getting
Matt
inspiration
earlier.
for tomorrow night? Matt's demonstrating at the book shed tomorrow night.
Oh,
All
is
right.
he says he has the trend, and he does a great job. It does great, and he finds it cooling. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think any of those that force fresh
Mhm.
air into the mask would be cooling.
Well, Mike is in. Dances with Aardvarks. Good afternoon,
Hello,
Mike.
Mike. Good to see you in. You guys use that U wood, and every time I just think I sure wish I could get hold of some.
It's nice wood.
Yeah, we have lots of nice timbers here, but
Oh, you do, yeah.
I just would love to have some U. I've turned a couple of pin blanks from the, I guess that's the Pacific U that we get around here,
Mhm.
and they're very small pieces that I get. I've never seen a
Yeah.
bowl size.
Just lightly brushing over the natural bark of the
See that?
wood.
Mm.
I want to keep that patina on it.
It just reminds me, has anybody heard from Keith Greenfield lately?
No, haven't heard anything from Keith of late.
Well, thought I had a
No,
sneeze there.
or Andy either. Come to think of that.
Right? No, I haven't heard from Andy either. Since
Ah,
Andy went off, I haven't heard anything from either one of them. Really?
no.
Did see a little bit from Keith on Facebook there once
just
in a while,
must be
but haven't seen anything from him for a long time.
I don't even see them in coming into other people's
Had to change a battery there.
lives or anything.
Right. Yeah. Keith had some
Oh,
fantastic pieces of
got,
U that he turned.
buffering somewhat.
Oh,
Seem to have lost sound from Paul.
yep. No sound.
No.
He's running the drill so he can't hear us.
Okay, I'll do that.
There he is.
Oh, that's okay. What was the headset
give
was
a wee
killing the sound?
We just a lacquer or sun sealer. Give it a wee. Right.
Babes. Marquez is in.
Oh no, he's not. Oh, babes.
Yeah, he is. And Jennifer says, "Afternoon, babes."
No, it's guaranteed.
It's just sun sealer. So I'll give it a coat of lacquer later on when I've got all the pieces made. So I'll do that. And I'll just take that off the chuck.
Yeah. Haley has just said that she has the Axminster power hood. It just takes a long time to charge.
Mm.
Well, I mean, if I'm doing a day's work in the workshop, I normally can use the hood all day and then just charge it overnight, and it has a good. The battery I have lasts a good 10 hours when
Right.
it's on. So
Yeah, I think keeping them plugged up would be the ticket.
hmm.
It's kind of like these headsets. I used to when I first started. I would have it fully charged and would take it off and use it and just leave it off for the whole
No,
week, um, and the battery lasts that long. But then
it
you
does, yeah.
forget, and it takes a while to charge it up. But
No, I charge mine up all the time.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we're ready for the next. So I'm going to make a couple of wee trees and different sizes and a snowman for my winter scene. And if you wish to, you can add different bits to it. You could even add wee polystyrene balls for a wee pile of snowballs or something. Something to make a scenery a wee bit better
Mm-hmm.
looking. But it's really entirely up to yourself what way you want to go. So we'll just bring this there around to the bit of you.
Mark says he's just listening when he's working. Good man, Mark. You keep working. Somebody needs to pay for my pension. I like it. And Jennifer says, Mark, have you got the new toys put away in the workshop yet?
Uh-huh. That's why he bought Jennifer the mask.
Uh-huh.
He was buying himself some toys. I see.
And more new toys, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite right, too. I didn't even go to the show and I still managed to buy something.
Ah, I heard that. Yes,
Mm,
you had a personal buyer over there, didn't
I
you?
had a personal shopper, yeah. Pete said to me once, I was talking to Pete about my computer, and he says, "Do you want anything?" He says to me, "Do you want anything from Harrogate?" And I said, "Well, wouldn't mind one of those 1-inch X-ray SKUs."
There you
So,
go. There you go.
and that turned into an X-ray SKU and a spindle gauge as well.
So at this stage, mate,
Ah,
if you get a couple of pieces of you and you get the inclusions in and they're not totally round, sometimes it's nice to leave them in. So I
Absolutely.
think we'll
absolutely.
leave. I think we'll leave this one in because it's a nice
Mhm.
part of the timber and it
Yeah.
shows it all. So
It'll
I'll
add
just
a
tidy
nice
that
effect
up.
to the tree as well.
Those are the
And
ones that
the
seem to
thing
sell
about these
first.
trees, you want to size them according to your base. Okay. So you don't want to make massive trees and that looks out of place on your wee piece. So mark a
Diorama.
couple of.
These things are called dioramas. Where you set up a scene using different items.
Oh,
Right.
Haley's getting some new electrics put in her shop, so she's got to go and finish sorting out her workshop for the electrician.
Good job, Haley.
You have a
Yeah.
great day, Haley. We'll see you later in the week, I'm sure.
Catch you on the next one. See you on Thursday night. Maybe Doug will see you tomorrow night.
No, I'm not going to be able to be
Oh,
on
you're not
tomorrow.
on? Oh,
I've got to go out of town. In fact, I may have to leave here early. I've got to get my stuff together still.
okay,
Meeting a
buddy.
guy here in a couple hours and going down south for just overnight. I'll be back Tuesday night.
Mhm.
It'll be way too late to do a live, so I'll be off. That I am doing a video. I've got the video together. It's just a matter of I got to finish up the editing and then I'll put it on. Hopefully, I can put it on at 3 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock British time.
Another time, yeah. Okay.
It'll be my regular time slot. That's what I'm planning to do.
Okay. Good
We'll
idea.
see if technology cooperates.
I see. see if everything aligns and it works. Yeah. It's this little fuzzy tree, No.
No, not.
No, doing the whirls. Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you how many branches you put on it.
You
You
should be
have
an odd number works better.
Yeah. So we're going with 3 in this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Alex says we'll watch it if it's there, Doug. Yeah, of course we will. Yeah.
I do appreciate that, and I will put out a notice in all the normal media places, including my community board on YouTube. But yeah, it's just one of those things that comes up once in a while. Pete Twisted Trees has jumped
Oh,
in.
hello,
Hello,
Pete.
Pete.
Hi, Pete.
It is
Welcome along,
morning for
buddy.
me as well, so hard to wake up this early, isn't it, Pete?
I was home late yesterday.
Yeah.
We had terrible traffic problems on the way home
Oh, really?
from Hargate. Yeah.
Mm.
And Rob the Prof said he missed me at the gathering. Yeah. I was sitting here on Saturday night wishing I'd actually gone, but then, yeah, but sure. I've got other priorities just at the moment. So.
Yeah, it's a shame when life gets in the way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of it. We've got to make our choices sometimes. Professor Rob, it's I don't know that we read your name out earlier, but
No, we didn't. No.
good to have you in today. Or maybe you've been lurking today. That might be what it is.
He's here now. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Pete. We're glad you didn't come over. Terry was bad enough on his own.
Oh, mercy. At least Terry wasn't in a scooter this year running over
Yeah, that's
people.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
That was kind of funny last year to hear all those stories about Terry running over everybody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's happened to my chat? Oh, back again.
Just check out and see what's any needs attention.
Oh, but
Okay.
Joe was going to be there in a scooter this year.
She was, yeah.
Wonder how many people she ran over.
No, I don't think she ran over very many.
Ah, okay. I haven't heard any stories, so
No, neither have I.
I'm sure they'll come anyways eventually. Somebody will make some stories up.
And Robert Watwood said he didn't see Terry there on Saturday. Well, he was definitely there on Saturday. I don't know how you managed to miss him. He's loud enough.
Joe proved to be a better driver than Terry. Good deal. Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Something else to hold over Terry now.
Yeah. Out driven by a female. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Controversial.
Mhm.
Controversial. Paul using his spindle rough and gouge as a skew then. Perfect.
Yep. Again, if you're sizing your piece up, I like to leave a wee tannin on the bottom to fit into your hole when you drill a hole in the base. It helps give it a bit more strength. So this is what I'm doing here.
Do you not use the spanner trick?
No. So I'll just check out once more before I do anything else. Right, that one's all right. That just needs just a sand sealer.
I've not sharpened any of my spanners, but I do use them for measuring.
Yeah, I have one sharpened. It's 2 actually. 8 mil, sorry, 5 mil and a 10 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wee, notice that wee
Sorry,
line
6 mil, quarter inch, 6 mil and
there. Just a wee
10 mil.
line there where the tool skew. It needs.
First saw that trick from Captain Eddie several years ago.
Yeah, it's
but I
been
never
around
have. Been around a while, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been around a while, yeah. It certainly ain't new.
And still going.
I've thought several times I'd like to find a couple of sizes from a used tool bin and try and get them good and cheap and sharpen them up.
Oh, I think I bought a set of spanners, like a starter set, 5 or 6 spanners in it from Lidl one day.
Yeah,
which is like a big box store,
right.
and they were $4.99 or something. You know, it's just
So that's one tree.
cheap as
That would
chips.
be
If
cheap
you get them for free, it's even better. But yeah, you can buy kind of cheap starters because you're never going to be using them as a spanner. Basically, you just kind of sharpen one edge and away you go.
Right.
And then you have them.
Yeah, once you
Cheap,
sharpen it, it's not good for anything else, is it?
No,
good
well,
for
you can still use it as a spanner, but
I guess you
don't
could,
sharpen it all
yeah.
too far. Wurzlow said cheap Chinesium spanners are ideal. And you're 100% right.
Yep.
You don't have to spend any money on them or any money of consequence.
Mine are Taiwanese. They've been good ones. I bought them years ago. Keeping up.
Something wrong with your throat?
No, not a thing.
That cough just won't go away, will it?
No.
Right.
Neither will that jockey.
We'll want to call thin one now. Call thin one.
He's ignoring you.
Yeah. I know. So he thinks I'm not watching. You see, that's
I was trying to get everything situated the other day with my chuck and all. Couldn't reach whatever it was I was reaching for, so I left my chuck key sticking straight up. I turned around and saw that. I said, "Paul Finley."
Ooh, you did not.
I did.
Oh dear.
Fussing at myself.
Oh, this is a tall, skinny tree.
Tall, skinny tree.
You love it.
You know, out in the woods, you have fat ones, you have tall, skinny ones.
Hey.
So they're all just so different.
No two trees are the same.
I don't mind turning a whole lot of them for that reason. I don't measure anything. I just eyeball it out and go at it. And some are taller and skinnier, some are short and fat, and some combination of the two. And some have 3 or 4 whorls, some have 6 or 7 whorls, and they're just all different. And people buy them because of that too. They look for 2, 3, 4 of them that are all different.
Don't really want them all the same.
No.
You're making them the same. That's kind of production turning, and I'm not into that. It's got to be different.
Yeah. Robert said, I have lots of duplicate spanners. Best not use the snap-on ones.
No, best not, Robert. No.
They would be accurate.
Yeah. You could almost guarantee it's going to be 6 mil.
Yeah, some of the cheap ones are a little off.
Oh yeah.
They're close enough to grab a nut or bolt, but not necessarily close enough for matching up with a drill bit.
No.
I tell you what, though, I've noticed that cheap drill bits are off more than cheap wrenches are.
Yeah, you could be right there.
Your wrenches should be fairly close. Your drill bits, I've gotten in trouble a couple of times with drill bits.
The other way you get into trouble too is having a badly fitted chuck. If your chuck's not quite precise, that kind of can make the drill wobble.
Yes, that is true.
So if you buy a drill press, buy a good one. Don't mess about with a cheap one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, my drill press is not the most expensive, but if I need a real precise hole, I do something different. I don't use my drill press, but I don't do that much that I need a very precise hole.
Yeah.
It does my pins fine. If my bit's wiggling too much, it's probably because it's not in the chuck quite square.
Yeah.
That's a good looking tree.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking tree. Yeah, Alex, trees are a bit like people. We're all different.
Yeah.
And some are rougher than ours.
Not
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Takes all sorts. Life would be boring if we were all the same.
Life would be a dull thing if everybody was the same.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have to worry about choices or anything else.
That's why you don't use cloth. Use paper towel.
Because it grabs it.
It grabs it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I watched a guy use steel wool the other day, and I was thinking the same thing. If that steel wool grabs in that wood, he could lose a finger.
Good. Easily done too.
Yeah.
And long sleeves. You want to have no sleeves hanging around it.
Right.
If it grabs it, it'll pull you in.
Yep. And then you got to hope the belt slips before it breaks your arm.
Goodness.
Yeah. You could get scalped very easy too, but people
Yeah,
with long hair.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be nice. So it wouldn't.
What's this is apart from politicians, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they're all much of a oneness.
Oh, we just had an off-year election here last week. It was, I don't know. It was strange, the results.
Mm-hmm.
We reelected our state governor, who was one party, and then the other party won every other election there was. So
Second tree. Okay.
he may well have a bit of a lame duck term.
Oh dear.
And
Pete has a different concern with using steel wool in the lathe. There's fine metal dust floating about my headstock bearings. You're quite right, Pete. I wouldn't use steel wool anywhere near my lathe at all.
No, you got another issue as well. If one of those little fine hairs gets stuck in the wood, you can find your piece ruined a couple years later when it rusts.
I've
That would
never
not
used
be.
I've never used steel wool in doing wood turning at all ever. I don't think
No,
I
I
have.
have never used it either.
I have in the past with finishes. I really haven't done it with the wood itself, but with the finish. Um, but there's really no need to with the nylon pads that we have today, and
Exactly.
um,
So this is the wee
even fine
snowman.
paper.
Wee snowman this time.
We just use the roughing guys to bring it down to around.
Yeah, Alex says he won't use steel wool. It's dangerous stuff. Yeah, it can catch fire. It's just
It can do it. Yeah.
I don't know why we ever used 0000 because it was a huge thing. You read any old sort of woodworking textbooks, that's what they talk about. 0000 steel wool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Well, and
I just
it was we didn't have the superfine sandpapers. We didn't
well, that's
have
true. Yeah.
the nylon pads.
This is a piece of
And
ice I'm using as a snowman because it's nice and white.
Okay.
for smoothing out your finishes, your varnishes, and even shellac and lacquer, just to get that nice smooth finish on your finish. It made a difference. That's that's the main reason. But why in the world would people put steel wool on spinning wood?
Yeah, me neither.
That always it never made sense to me, so I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Malcolm says it also makes black marks on your wood if there's any tanning in the wood. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely,
true
it
too.
will.
Yep.
It will.
Yeah, no need to use it at all now.
When somebody
Todd
started
says he used.
mentioning, go ahead.
Todd says he used steel wool between coats of poly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
just to knock
smooth the
back.
surface out.
I just use 400 grit sandpaper. Works just as well. Just have to knock it back. Chris Todd says you'll be safe with the length of your hair, Paul.
Yep.
That's a bit cheeky, though, Chris. No, there's no need for that. It's true, but there's no need for that. Yeah, I don't think there's any need for the use of steel wool and wood turning at all.
Not anymore. No.
Unless you've left a tool to get rusty and you need it. But even that, I
Yeah.
use sandpaper. Even that, I use sandpaper. So.
Right. I did some work on my lathe, just cleaning up the beds the other day, and used. I used my alcohol and a nylon pad.
Yep. That's
It
what
was
I use now
amazing.
as well. Yep.
Yeah. I started to grab a piece of sandpaper. And I thought, no, I really don't need that. I grabbed this pad and it cleaned right up. I got CA off. I got lacquer off. I was surprised how bad it had gotten, really.
A little bit of methylated spirits is usually a good job.
Yeah. I was ready if I needed it. Use some other solvents, but I didn't. The alcohol was all I needed. I still haven't taken that old chuck apart and cleaned it. I need to do that. But I got a new one, so what do I need to clean an old one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just sit in the drawer and wait till you run out of things to do.
Well,
yeah, Brian Best says eyes and lungs aren't keen on steel wool either. Yeah, you're quite right. I would say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't want a piece of steel wool in your eye for sure.
It's an old-fashioned product. I don't think we need it anymore. Mosro says you'd rather use wet and dry. Yep. Why not?
Yep. Not in turning. I've got a piece of steel wool down in a Minwax finishing wax jar that I used to put my wax on with, but I've been thinking about opening that up and using it again. Get rid of that steel wool.
I'll leave it back cloth in my wax.
Todd,
Just
steel wool
just
comes
read
from
that.
real tough sheep.
Yeah,
They are
I
tough.
just read that. Yeah. It's a job getting them clipped as well. I'll tell you.
I've had some sweaters that were rougher than steel wool.
Clint says green Scotch Brite is a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, there's that bag.
The only thing that worries me about these things is how much are we turning that into microplastics?
True.
It's another thing that might come to bite us later. All these kind of plastic derivatives. What happens to the plastic? Where does it go?
Right. I don't know. Yeah. Because I've used a couple of pieces. I've cut my sheets in half, or not in half, little squares.
Mhm.
They don't seem to. They just seem to. They don't go away. They just get
No, I don't
finer and
know.
finer. I think.
Yeah, well, if they're abrasives, they will be wearing of some description. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Mike says you put some in the vinegar and make yourself some ebonizing solution. You could
Yeah.
indeed, Mike.
Talking
Yeah.
about the steel wool, absolutely. And
Just
that's
iron.
maybe what I do with the rest of mine. I've not done that before, but I know I've known about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
haven't
that's
used it.
a real old trick, that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Hence the black marks that Malcolm was talking about earlier.
I will
If
have
you've got
to.
high tannin woods like oak and stuff, they've got high tanning
Right.
in them. They
Absolutely.
will go black in no time at all.
The steel wool that I have will have to be washed out good. Most of it comes with an oil in it to keep it from rusting, but it washes out pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. I just give it a dip in some alcohol first.
Yeah, yeah. Good rinse out with alcohol and
Mm-hmm.
then put it in your vinegar and let it be. Put it out in the sun. It helps a little bit.
Yeah, to be honest, you'd probably be all right with in the vinegar anyway. So
Okay, I'll just part this wee fellow off.
it's a nice looking little snowman. I have
Really
to
is.
say.
Paul's on it today.
He
One
is.
wee snowman.
There you go.
A nice piece of yew, and you don't have to paint them. So
Mm-hmm.
you can use different species of wood to get your colours for your snowman and your trees. I like the yew because it's so rich looking, and when it finishes on it, it shines through. So there's two trees. On the wee piece I made previously, I made 4 trees. So I'm not going to bore you. I'm not making 4 trees. You all know how to make a tree. So it's just to show you the process of making the wee Christmas scene, or whatever you want to call it. You can give them away as gifts to family and friends, or you could sell them. They sell well. They do. I'll just put that out of the way, and I'll get our piece of wood back over, and right. Where's our piece of wood? I need to get this off the glue block here. I'll just put it back in the chuck. Just to cut the glue around the outside of it here. So keep in mind I've turned the speed up. I need to turn it down. Just make sure it turns before you turn the lathe on. Or you could find out to come off quicker than you thought.
Mm.
He just said the Scottish sheep the Scottish sheep who drink iron brew is the main source of steel wool.
Ah, very good, Pete. Very good.
Jennifer's got to bow out. Going to go play with her new Dremel.
Thanks
Good
for
job,
coming in,
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Catch you later. Have a good day.
So we're
Yeah, Pete said
Or
it's
I'll
worth
knock this
mentioning
off.
as well that some tree designs suit some woods better than others. You're exactly right.
We do.
There. I'll get it off. So you can see I took a wee bit of a getting it off. So we want our drill. Let's see, where's our drill? Do 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 do. And I think it was 4 mil. Was it 4 mil? No, it wasn't 4 mil. Could be 4.5. Nope. 5 mil. Has to be 5 mil. That's it. Okay.
You'll get it in a minute.
So we have our trees on our snowman, or snowman. You can make it as many as you want. It's entirely up to you. If you wanted to orientate the side, you could probably bring that tea light holder down to this side. I like to keep it away in the corner so that you can position your trees. So we'll put one here. So we'll just drill a hole for that. Okay, we'll tie him in. That down out of the way. A wee bit snug on it, but we'll cut it in. And then you can either have one over here. And your wee snowman. So I put a couple more trees in, probably one out here. Put the wee snowman somewhere in the center of all your
Excellent, Paul. Well, I like it.
trees. So you can make this up to anything you want. It's just a matter of your own imagination. As I say, you can put a wee bit of fake snow on it, or wee polystyrene balls. Black and wee buttons more with a hat, and you put your
The marker or something.
put your wee tea light in, your wee candle, and what else? So that's that one. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
So you can see it. So I need to cut a couple of coats of lacquer over that. So I'm going to show you the one I made previously.
This is the one we made earlier.
Yes.
This is what's called a Blue Peter moment.
So
I was going to say.
This is finished. This is finished.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There's your snowman.
Nice little setup.
Yeah.
Trees.
Put us on a single camera there, Paul, till we get a look at it better. I knew that was going to happen.
Not that camera.
Preferably not that one. There you go. That's the job.
There.
Yeah, we can see it better now. That's fair. See it in the whole screen now.
So with a bit of a natural edge on it, makes the
Yeah, you could,
the base.
could even put a little bit of Christmas sparkly spray on that. And
Yep. Glitter, a wee bit of glitter around it.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
Wee
I've got
Christmas
some-
scene.
I've got some
people-
nice
People
sparkle.
like seeing those because it's something to put on their windowsill or their table. You know.
Vinny
Well, there
has
you are,
joined us.
guys.
Excellent,
Uh,
Paul. That's a nice little project. Good little.
Finish
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
nice.
there's not a whole lot of turning in it because it's mainly a
Yeah, but
flat
it's-
piece of wood and
It's,
a couple of wee trees. But you can put as many trees as you want.
Sure.
And I think more than 5 would probably be too much. You want different sizes so it looks in proportion to it, you know, the base.
you could
so
you could maybe think about making the Christmas trees actually without the bucket on the bottom of them,
Yes.
and just putting the Christmas tree straight into the timber as well.
Yeah.
That would work.
might
That would work.
work
Yeah.
as well.
Well, I left that one coming down right
Right.
and tight. You know,
Yeah, and if you're
then-
really going to town, you can make it turn a little dog or something to go in the scene, and
yeah, or
Yeah,
a
you
wee
could-
boy and a wee girl, and they can stick them in
Exactly.
it, and
Yeah,
you know,
you
you
could
can
go-
do
have
all
a
sorts of
family.
things. So
Yeah,
that's a
you
wee
could-
Christmas project I thought I would share with you.
That's
I've,
absolutely perfect.
I'm
Good
making a
job.
few of those for family and friends, and I'll take a couple of.
I have got some little offcuts of you that I might just have to have a go at that now and make a few of them.
Because when
There
they're
you go.
that
There you
thin,
go.
you know, you can't really turn a bowl out of it. So
No,
next thing, make it into something. It's going to be
exactly.
There you go.
sellable.
And
Or
your
give
base
away.
could your base could be anything, I suppose. You could use any
Yes,
kind
it
of
could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be
Yep.
a nice piece of ice or
Yep.
or maple or something like that there. So guys, thank you very much. Where's my what's this working? Yes. Thank
Very
you
good.
very much for coming over, guys, and taking the time to see what I was up to today. Just a nice wee Christmas piece. Not an awful lot of turning. Good practice for your spindle and on the trees, and
Yes.
make your wee snowman. You can make a wee snowwoman too, if you wanted.
Todd.
Got
So-
some nice comments coming in. Very good.
Except
So,
the one
guys-
from Todd.
What's he Todd saying?
Nice job, Paul, and the gruesome twosome.
The gruesome twosome. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll let you
You're
get
welcome.
away now and spend the rest of your afternoon and look out
Okay,
at the
mate.
rain.
I'm going to have to go up to my yard. The wind has died away now, so I'm going to have to go up to the yard and see what's
So-
damaged.
I'll say cheerio, and the guys in the background, yeah, well, I'll bring them in. The gruesome twosome, there you are.
Expecting it.
There
I'll
we
let them
are.
say cheerio. I'll let the say cheerio.
Cheerio.
Right, guys.
Cheerio.
Bye for now.
Cheerios.
All right, bye.
Bye.